Adventure hound, reckless, goofball, big grin, not the brightest bulb in the box. These are the descriptors that immediately come to mind when you think about Monkey D. Luffy. But occasionally, our childlike hero and pirate extraordinaire does something so crazily awesome, you realize there's more to him than meets the eye. He demands your respect and admiration, and you give it gladly. When it comes to ability and sheer pluck, Luffy's got it all. He might not think things through and might get his crewmates in a tough spot more than once because of his impulsiveness, but he's also innately kind, just, brave, and generous. He's got all the qualities of a hero, and when he shows this side of his character, the only way to describe him is badass. Paying tribute to these heroic qualities, here are the top 10 badass Luffy moments in One Piece. At number 10, Luffy shows us what a terrifying monster he can be by knocking out 50,000 fishman pirates with his Conqueror's haki. While Luffy used this unique form of haki, which only a chosen few can wield on several occasions throughout the series, his display on Fishman Island is amongst the most memorable. It's not just the numbers he defeats, but also his prowess at using this god-given power. The slack-jawed look of shock and surprise on Hodie's face says all there is to say of the impact Luffy has on the enemy's morale with this show of strength. Luffy's actions have an immediate and deep impact. While his battle with Hodie goes the whole hog and even gives him some trouble, this early moment shows that Luffy's victory is but inevitable.
お前がどんなとこでどういう王になろうと勝手だけどな。海賊の王者は一人で十分だ。
Next up is Luffy one-shotting Bellamy in the Jaya arc. Before his rather unexpected and moving character progression in the Dressrosa arc, Bellamy's a small-time thug whose arrogance, cynicism and all-round bad behaviour make him insufferable. He's called Bellamy the Hyena and he lives up to his nickname, emulating the animal's physical features and opportunistic tendencies. In Jaya, Bellamy picks a fight with Luffy in a bar. When Luffy, in a rare show of maturity, refuses to engage in a meaningless brawl, Bellamy beats up and humiliates the Straw Hat Captain and Zoro. But nobody beats up Luffy and gets away with it. It's just not done. Bellamy gets his comeuppance when Luffy one-shots him in the middle of town, knocking him out cold and shutting him up for good, right in the middle of his springy dance. It's an intensely satisfying punch, one that even Saitama would be proud of. Next badass moment, we have Luffy doing what he does best, making a spectacle of himself in the most unconventional manner. The watershed battle of Marineford to save Ace from being executed by the Marines begins in earnest when Luffy falls from the sky from an upturned boat, a bunch of ragtag allies on his heels. The sight of Luffy and his noisy crew free-falling into the fight arena sends shockwaves throughout the Marines and pirates down below. Considering how the battle ends, this entrance is both comical and irreverent, the complete opposite of Whitebeard's epic entrance a little earlier in the day. The lightheartedness of it all prevents any foreshadowing of the darkness and tragedy that's just about to come. In fact, Luffy brings with him a sense of hope that all will be well. But despite everything that happens, Luffy's grand entrance can never be forgotten. At number 6, we have Luffy sucker punching Kaido in his dragon form in their very first meeting in Wano. If there's anything Luffy excels at, it's being impulsive and doing the opposite of what he should be doing. After the Law-Luffy alliance arrives in Wano, the strategy they adopt is to keep a low profile and work in secrecy to bring down the Yonko. But their plans go up in smoke as Luffy not only reveals himself to Kaido in a fit of rage, but also chases him down and lands a punch on him, powerful enough to slam him senseless into the ground. True, Kaido's drunk as a skunk when he's brought down by a single hit to the head, but the fact that Kaido's in his dragon form at this moment is a testimony to Luffy's power and bravado. It also raises the anticipation sky high for the duo's final clash, which should definitely be worth the wait. In the 5th spot is Luffy using Conqueror's haki during the Battle of Marineford. As the executioner's blades come down on Ace and the situation looks dire, Luffy unleashes this incredible power, felling the killers of most of the pirates and marines. This haki display is totally different from the one on Fishman Island. For one, Luffy's actions in Marineford are unconscious, born out of desperation to save his brother. Even as those around him are stunned, Luffy's completely unaware of what he's done. Secondly, he manages to subdue a much more powerful crowd. Compared to the Fishman pirates, the Marineford gang is made up of some of the fiercest pirates and toughest marines. It's safe to say, this is the moment Luffy officially announces his arrival in the New World. Next up is Luffy declaring war on the world government in Eni's lobby. The arc to rescue Robin from the CP9, a group of assassins on the government's payrolls, is one of the most heartfelt in the entire series. It really captures the spirit of the theme of Nakama that runs through One Piece like blood in the veins. Usopp, in his Soge King disguise, puts in an MVP performance as he, on Luffy's orders, shoots down the world government's symbol of power, its flag, with a fiery slingshot. The burning flag is a burning example of just how far Luffy and his crew are willing to go for one of their own and for what they believe to be just and right. This moment comes early in the series, but it's such a powerful one, it can't be forgotten in a hurry. Number 3 is Luffy facing off against the 3 admirals in the Marineford arc, which, as you would have realized by now, is a minefield of impactful moments. Luffy! The 3 admirals, Aokiji, Akainu, and Kizaru, are the true symbols of the Navy's power, each gifted with a devil fruit power so mighty that they're a threat to the fiercest pirates. Going up against even one of them could mean certain defeat, maybe even death. And yet Luffy's neither afraid nor hesitant when he pole vaults his way to get in their collective face. He's clearly exhausted from fighting his way through, weak from the seawater, and desperate to save Ace, but his glaring eyes show no fear. On the other hand, the terror on Ace's face makes it all too clear what great danger Luffy might have landed himself in. Thanks to this poster-worthy moment, we can't wait for that inevitable final clash between Luffy and the Marines' top brass. In the runner-up spot is Luffy challenging Big Mom for the second time.
つまらねえ話だな、ビッグマム。結婚しなかったのがローラだろ?
Now, Charlotte Lin isn't the kind of woman you make an enemy of, even by accident. She not only has one of the most fearsome devil fruit powers, she's also extremely cruel, tyrannical, and unpredictable. Luffy, who knows no fear, has had a hostile relationship with her from the get-go. He first picks a fight with her without ever having laid eyes on her. But it's his second challenge that leaves all witnesses to the scene, including the Yonko herself, speechless. This one, too, like the first one, takes place over Den Mushi. Captured and jailed on Whole Cake Island, Luffy not only mocks Big Mom for her controlling ways and her ambition of becoming the king of pirates, but he also vows to take back Sanji and have the last laugh in their contest. From how it looks, it's clearly a case of an ant challenging an elephant. The look of outrage and incredulous belief on Big Mom's face says it all.
Sanji は必ず取り返す。最後に勝つのは俺たちだ。
お前、その目はなんだい?
Punching its way straight to the top of the list is Luffy punching a celestial dragon. This is the moment that defines Luffy as the upstart who's not afraid of anyone, not least of those undeservedly holding on to positions of great power and influence. It also shows how deeply Luffy cares for his friends, how little he cares for an established order that discriminates against certain people, and how he has his own strong sense of justice. The slow walk up the stairs of the auction house, where the snivelly Saint Charlos has just shot Hachi simply for fun, is now iconic. So is the dangerous look in Luffy's eyes before he unleashes that swinging punch smack dab into Noble's face. In the One Piece universe, the Celestial Dragons are portrayed as weak yet powerful, privileged yet irresponsible, cruel and lacking compassion. To see one of their worst get his just desserts is such sweet satisfaction. That it's Luffy who enforces this much needed justice makes him that much more badass. And that's it for the top 10 badass Luffy moments in One Piece. If you like this video, you know what to do next, don't you? Press the like button and share the video with your friends. You can also subscribe to my channel ViniiTube for more One Piece and anime related top 10s and videos. There's plenty to choose from. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.